Hey, what's up, guys? This time I wanted to talk a little bit about some wrap theory. Last time I mentioned about how my strings do not stretch, and that becomes very important when you're talking about wraps. It takes a little bit of time for that string to stretch and unstretch, and you also have to pull out of the stretch instead of letting it naturally wanting to come out on its own, because not that much energy is lost when the strings do not stretch. So anytime you can make a 90-degree angle on your body, you can wrap it. Um, that applies for your hands, forearms, biceps, thigh, your shins, feet, and if you're feeling risky, your neck. So to start off with, usually want to try to do about one complete circle or even less depending on where you're going. Biceps can be quite a bit less. Thighs too. You just really don't want to go more than that, because if you do, you can run the risk of getting your strings caught up. Now, let's see. So starting off with hand wraps, what you want to do is angle your hand up a little bit so that as they wrap around, they'll stay right in line at the base of your fingers at the knuckles there. So you got to do is wrap it around, you can catch it like this, and then flick your wrist and catch it that way. So get used to doing that, and then you can move on to your thumb wraps. Same thing, but it's going around your thumb also. This is very helpful. You can control your speed and timing a lot better with your thumb wrap than with the hand wrap. Especially when you're doing an arm wrap and a thumb wrap, you can get the timing down so that you can go into a spiral wrap a lot easier. Let's see, so arm wraps. When you're doing arm wraps, you want to have your hand actually behind where the light is wrapping, because it's easy to come around and hit yourself in the knuckles. Another thing you can do to avoid that is to have your palm open, so that if it does hit, it'll just hit your palm and it won't hurt. Let's see, bicep wraps. Now with my right hand, I'll usually have my right hand in front and my left hand in back. So whichever way you want to do it, you want to assign a spot where it's going to actually wrap. Where for me, it's going on the elbows, and then my left will be going closer on the back towards the armpits. Thighs, pretty much straightforward. They go well with the bicep wraps because you get pretty close right there. Yeah, shin wraps, foot wraps, pretty straightforward also. Shin wraps can be a little weird. Let's see. But yeah, start with your thumb wraps and your hand wraps. Get used to those. And then a lot of the longer, more complicated wrap combos have a threading the needle type of move to it, similar to threading the needle with the butterfly. This is going to help to keep the lights out of each other's way. So get used to that. If you need to get used to it with the butterfly, or just by getting used to it with the arms themselves, you can do a couple circles and a couple arm wraps, and then switch. And then you can throw in a thumb wrap to change the direction of those. So basically, you just want to tackle these one at a time, build up the muscle memory for each. A good method for building up muscle memory, just get going, let's say with just an arm wrap, and take some deep breaths, close your eyes, and just really try to feel what the light is doing. Also helps to just kind of zone out with some music and try to get going with the beat of that. Then you'll start building up muscle memory and having fun while you're doing it. Let's see, some transitions to kind of get going into some wraps. Very basic one, 3-beat weave. Then get in front, then you got your 2 circles going. Then you can go into your arm wraps or thigh wraps, whatever you start getting comfortable with. Crossers, if you can do those. Those are very fun to get into wraps too. You can do some double bicep wraps and then start going into your different stuff that way. Let's see, that also applies to any move that you know already. Try to get it into wraps from it, or try to get out of wraps into it, and that just adds a lot of variety to your show. So really just gotta take your time, one step at a time, and have fun and get creative.